What if I told you one of Hollywood's fastest rising stars didn't just get lucky, but had to fight through rejection, pressure, and a side of fame nobody talks about? Sydney Sweeney is everywhere right now. From blockbuster movies to hit shows, she's become one of the most talked about actresses in the world. But behind the success, there's a story that might completely change how you see her. Sydney Sweeney wasn't born into Hollywood. She grew up in a small town in Washington, far from red carpets and far from fame. Her family had no connections in the film industry. No shortcuts. No safety net. When she first told her parents she wanted to become an actress, they didn't take it seriously. To them, it sounded like a dream, not a real plan. But Sydney was different. She didn't just dream about success, she planned for it. At a very young age, she created a detailed 5-year business plan explaining exactly how she would build a career in Hollywood. She presented it to her parents like a serious proposal. That's how determined she was. Eventually, her family decided to take a risk. They moved to Los Angeles to support her dream. But what came next was far from easy. Hollywood didn't welcome her with open arms. She faced rejection again and again. Audition after audition, with no callbacks, no roles, and no real progress, while people often think acting is glamorous. Her reality was very different. Long days, constant stress, and uncertainty about the future. Her family even started facing financial pressure because of the move. There were moments when everything felt like it was falling apart. Moments where quitting seemed like the smartest option. But Sydney refused to give up. She kept going. She kept showing up. She kept auditioning even when no one believed in her. And slowly, things started to change. Her early roles were small. Background characters, minor appearances, roles that most people wouldn't even notice. But she treated every opportunity like it mattered, and then, everything changed. Her breakthrough came when she landed a role in the hit series Euphoria. This wasn't just another role. This was the moment people started paying attention. Her performance stood out. The emotional intensity, the screen presence, the way she brought her character to life. It was something audiences couldn't ignore. Almost overnight, Sydney Sweeney became a rising star. More offers started coming in. Bigger roles, more exposure, more attention, but with that attention came something else. Something darker. Fame isn't always what it looks like from the outside. Behind the glamour, there's pressure. Constant pressure. Suddenly, Sydney found herself under a microscope. Every move she made was being watched. Every interview analyzed. Every social media post judged. The internet can be a harsh place, and she experienced it firsthand. Criticism about her appearance, her acting, even her personal life. People who didn't know her felt entitled to judge her. To comment on her choices. To create narratives that weren't always true. This is the side of fame most people don't see. The mental toll. The pressure to stay perfect. The fear of making even one mistake, because in Hollywood, one wrong move can change everything. As her fame continued to grow, so did the controversies. Misunderstandings, media headlines, and online backlash became part of her journey. Some stories were exaggerated. Some were taken out of context. But in today's world, perception spreads faster than truth, and once the internet forms an opinion, it's almost impossible to change it. Sydney had to learn how to deal with all of this while continuing to build her career. She had to stay strong in an industry that constantly tests you. But instead of breaking, she adapted. Today, Sydney Sweeney is still rising. Bigger projects, bigger roles, and a growing global fan base, but she's no longer just a rising actress. She's someone who understands the reality of fame. Someone who has experienced both the highs and the lows. Her story isn't just about success. It's about resilience. It's about persistence. It's about what it really takes to survive in Hollywood, because behind every success story, there's a struggle people don't see, and maybe the biggest lesson from Sydney Sweeney's journey is this. Success always comes at a price. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe for more untold celebrity stories. Because Hollywood always has another secret.